Somebody's reprogrammed my mouse. That thing's fast. Okay, we'll go ahead and call to order the regularly scheduled meeting for the Planning and Zoning Commission for Tuesday, November 26th, 2024. We'll go ahead and start with roll call.
Chairman Dana Hennis,
Present.
Commissioner Brian Clark, Commissioner Ginny Greger,
Present.
Commissioner Jim Main,
Present.
Commissioner Bobby Rossadillo.
Present.
Thank you. And first up on the agenda is our consent agenda.
I make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Next up on the agenda is our public hearings. And first up is case number 24-04-S, 24-10-DR for Skylar Ranch Division. And I see staff has recommended this to be tabled.
Yeah, for the record, Doug Hansen, Development Services, staff requests this item be tabled to a date certain of December 10th, 2024, due to an on-site posting error.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we table case number 24-04-S and 24-10-DR to a date certain of December 10th, 2024.
I'll second that.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Any opposed? Okay, next up on the agenda is case number 24-06-AN, the annexation for the Kuna Rural Fire District Station number 2. Doug?
Good evening, Commissioners. For the record, Doug Hansen, Planning and Zoning Director, Development Services, 751 West 4th Street, Kuna, Idaho. The applicant requests annexation with a public zone for the Kuna Rural Fire District, Station Number 2. The site is located at 2021 West Kuna Road. If the annexation is approved, KRFD will return with a design review application for the building, parking lot, and landscaping. Upon review, staff finds the application to be in compliance with Kuna City Code, the Comprehensive Plan, and Idaho Code. Staff recommends the Commission recommend approval of case number 24-06-AN to the City Council, with the applicant being subject to the conditions of approval as listed in staff's report. And with that, I will stand by for any questions.
Thank you. Does the Commission have any questions? No? Thank you. Does the applicant wish to speak at all? If you would, go ahead and state your name and address for the record, please.
My name is TJ Lawrence, 3065 West Granny Smith Court, Kuna, Idaho. Commissioners, just thank you for considering the application. This will really help and assist with the Kuna Rural Fire District moving forward, just being able to have city services. And the location is fantastic, and I would stand for any questions that you have. I think it's pretty straightforward. The station would provide a greater service to the citizens in our community.
Perfect. Thank you. Any questions?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, with that, I'll go ahead and open the public testimony at 6:03. And I have a couple people signed up here on the sheet. First being Dave Splett. If you would, go ahead and state your name and address up on the podium when you get there.
Green light there.
Yep.
My name is Dave Splett. I live at 970 Ashwood Court in Kuna. I'm here to support the chief. He did a good job making our lives better, I think. My homeowner's insurance threatened me, or not threatened, alerted me to the fact that they were considering a large increase on homeowners insurance based on that train derailment in Ohio. Well, and sometimes I'm stuck a 20-minute wait trying to get across the train tracks. And the chief's guys are good, but they can't move the train. And if my hair's on fire for 20 minutes, I start to get worried about it. So I think it's a great idea that he's doing it. There are two things I want to add to have you guys think about, and lady. Back in the 90s, the city got a developer to agree to donate or reserve an acre of land on 10 Mile Road. for a fire station. It would help us if you guys would find out what happened, you guys and ladies would find out what happened to that. I suspect that the money ended up in somebody's pocket, just like the people who don't pay building permit fees. The second thing is, I'd like you to consider on his application and everyone else's, not requiring sidewalks anymore. Before my dear sweet wife passed away, she was confined to a mobility scooter. And the city police don't seem to care that people park on the sidewalk all the time. I have an email from the chief, not this chief, the police chief, saying that they had other things to worry about. I resisted the temptation to say, I guess you're too much time spending beating up senior citizens, but I didn't. Anyway, the point with the mobility scooter is she couldn't get around. Sometimes she'd be trapped. He couldn't even get in my court because of people are, and it was really stabbed and bad to have a 70-year-old grandma confined in a wheelchair crying because she can't get home. And so anyway, my point is, there's no sense building or requiring sidewalks. I think it's like $35 a linear foot for a curb gutter and a sidewalk. No, there's no sense requiring that if you can't use it. And it's not just one car. A car or truck, whatever it is, blocks the whole block. And you know, I live off of south of Ashwood Court, and since there's no sidewalk on Avalon, she had to go south to Penelope and across at 10 Mile. Well, it's a half mile more than because of the jog. And she get caught crying. I mean, what kind of city doesn't help a 70-year-old handicapped grandma? Anyway, that's got nothing to do with the chief. I just wanted you to think that when you're requiring sidewalks, you're wasting somebody's money. And you know, a 70-foot lot, $35 a square foot is $2,500 or something like that. A sidewalk that you're billed for nothing. Okay, anyway, thank you for your time. Well, you're doing a good job. I wish it would have happened sooner, but it didn't. Anyone want to throw any comments at me? No.
Any questions? No.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dick.
Thanks, Dave.
Next up is Tim Gordon.
My name is Tim Gordon, 2598 West Cuna Road. I live right across from the location, and I am delighted that we're considering this. I've been a citizen and a business owner for over 35 years, and we've wanted this, and it just hasn't had an opportunity to occur until now. I actually had a fire loss because the train was blocking it, and that fortunately it was just a garage, a detached garage. I didn't lose the house, but this kind of response time that will be served by this will be amazing. And I have residential, business, and agricultural land. I've had that south of the tracks, and it's so much needed now, particularly with the new subdivisions coming, and I fully support it. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that's all I have signed up on this list for this application. Is there anybody else here tonight that has not signed up that would like to testify in this application? Okay, and seeing none, I'll go ahead and close the public testimony at 6:09. And that brings up our discussion. I think
It's needed.
yeah, no, I agree with Mr. Gordon. I believe this has been something we've needed for a grand number of years. Something on that side of the tracks to make it a lot safer for the citizens there. So I do agree with this, and, you know, I know this is just the annexation, so we're just talking about the property. You know, there will be design review and other components coming down the road, so.
Well, and, I mean, this is just the second station, which we're already behind, right?
Yeah.
You know, should have a couple more. So, yeah, whatever, it's good. It's a good thing for everybody south of the tracks especially.
Well, if there's no other concerns
I
or,
live south of the tracks. It's the best place to live.
So, I'll make a motion that we recommend approval on case number 24-06-AN.
I'll second that.
thank you, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion passes, thank you. And we appreciate what you do and serving us here, so I'm hoping this will make a lot of people more safer too. Thank you. Next up on the agenda and under business items is the downtown design standards. Doug?
Commissioners, for the record, Doug Hanson, Planning and Zoning Director, Development Services, 751 West 4th Street, CUNA. The Development Services Department respectfully submits a proposed amendment to the City of CUNA Downtown Design Standards. The requested changes are as follows. First, the ability to request Design Review Committee approval, the Planning and Zoning Commission acting on behalf of the Design Review Committee, for building colors located within the Old Town District, Neighborhood Business District, and Railroad District outside of the color palette provided within the downtown design standards. And second, the inclusion of 4th Street improvements required upon site development or redevelopment from Linder Avenue to School Avenue. The 4th Street concept design went through several iterations to address the design standards and needs of both the city and ACHD. The 4th Street corridor is located within the identified sub-area of the neighborhood business district intended for a mix of residential and commercial uses while maintaining existing historic settings. Typical sections and 2D layouts were created for each iteration to best demonstrate the proposed lane widths, on-street parking, bicycle and pedestrian facilities for each concept, and the complete report is available to be accessed via the application materials link within the commission packet. And with that, I will stand by for any questions.
Thank you. Any questions for Doug?
No.
No, I didn't have any either, so. With that, I guess it's our discussion, deliberation. I looked through most of it, what was carried over for the 4th Street, I remember from being on that kind of committee. And I know we were trying to provide extra parking, do some traffic mitigation, slowdowns, and different things. And it looks like everything that I remember that was kind of requested or specified was included in there. And the design review portion seems pretty straightforward. It's like most cities have further downtown. So I didn't see anything in there that I had concerns about.
Yeah, it's, like you said, most other cities require it, and I think a lot of other towns can be a lot more strict. I was looking at the color palette and everything. I mean, it still leaves quite a bit of
And they still have,
variety.
they have an avenue to request it
Yeah.
if they want to.
So, no, it makes sense just to kind of make it seem like it's all uniform and.
Sounds good to me.
Well, if there's no other concerns or questions, I'd stand for a motion.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I move that we recommend approval of the downtown design standards to the city council.
I'll second that.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. And with that, that's the last item on our agenda for tonight. Staff, I see, has some updates.
Yep, for the record, Doug Hanson, Planning and Zoning Director, Development Services. The Planning and Zoning Commission regularly scheduled meeting for December 24th, 2024 is canceled. This will also be reflected when the packet would traditionally come out the Friday prior to the meeting. There will be a cancellation notice posted.
Thank you, and thanks for the heads-up notice on that one.
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
See, now we'll have a fire station out there by Tim's place so they can put out those big electric battery fires.